Welcome back. I'm George, Radar's Candidate Whisperer. I'm here to give you tips on how to create a better relationship with your job candidate. Today, on our very own Mythbusters, we're going to dispute common misconceptions of the hiring process. I know it's easy to get caught up in biases and beliefs on what to expect, so let's talk about them. Let's find better hiring solutions together. The first thing I really want to talk to you about today is something called the unicorn, the perfect candidate. Hate to break it to you, they don't exist. There is no such thing. There's a good fit for your company, there's a good fit for your position, but people are just too subjective. There's no way to know everything that's going on in their lives. Everyone has their own wants, their own needs, their personalized plan to how they're going to perform at, at your job site. So you have to take this into account. They also change over time. The culture of their life plus the culture of your company is going to play a huge role in how their life versus work balance is seen. And you have to take this into account. You can if you're considering somebody a unicorn. People just bring too many variables. They have a home life to consider that maybe you know nothing about. They have family status to consider, single, married, children that you may not know anything about. And their goals might have changed over time. They might be the same. They're personal, and they're also not going to tell you about those directly because everyone is different. So there's no way a unicorn could exist if you're looking for the right person for the right environment. Plus, the right environment can bring out the best employee where maybe they didn't arrive at their last job. And these strengths may have never been recognized at their last position. So what you see on paper may not be the focus of their plans for the future. So when considering a candidate, you got to look at who's the perfect fit for you, not who's the perfect candidate. Because I'm sorry, guys, the unicorn don't exist. The second thing I really want to talk to you about is over-assessing versus under-assessing. And this is the biggest problem I've seen. Companies will build this long process and not find a perfect balance for how they hire their candidates. I mean, how long is your process? Does it match the compensation financially and personal fulfillment wise? Is it something that is really going to help you find the right candidate? You gotta sit down and assess your assessments. Not everything you've seen come up is the perfect thing for your hiring process. You need to analyze for time, necessity, and let's be honest, reality. It's not always going to work. And of course, there's quality over quantity. The process should give you the best candidate for your position, not just any position. It should find somebody that's going to embody what it's like to work there. And if you're lucky, you used to work their job and you know what's best for your culture. Not the best person should be your goal, but the best fit. So, you know, this is going to minimize your candidate pool, and that's okay. And in a good way, because simple math, less candidates, less hires isn't always the best math. So you got to find your balance. A long process versus a short process rather than, just any process. Like I've talked to you about in other videos, you got to look at your cradle to grave and make sure it works perfect for what you're looking for. The final thing I want to talk to you about today is passive versus active candidates, because there's a lot of myths surrounding this. People think that a passive candidate is the best. And that's what I like to call a low-key prejudice, because people have biases. It doesn't work that way. A lot of times active candidates have a good reason, because you're sitting there thinking, well, there's something wrong with this candidate if they're leaving the job they have, right? Wrong. Maybe they live too far away. Maybe their needs changed. Maybe their goals changed. As I talked about earlier, there's a lot of reasons why they could be leaving the position they're in. Second, it's just really difficult to find passive candidates. We used to have this thing called headhunters. We would pay them more money than other recruiters to go out and try to steal people from other companies. So that's not how it's going to work, and that's not beneficial for your company. And of course, there's an effort bias. In our heads, we think more work, better solution. I like the term work smarter, not harder. So if you consider that, that's not what's going to be best for your best practices. You need to find best practices for your company with all of these being taken into account. I hope this helps. And as always, check out our other videos. Like and subscribe for more content and tips on how to improve your recruiting process. Ciao.